What is up, Sned Shed fans? We are back working on this Japanese Jeep from 1984. If you haven't followed along, and even if you haven't, the transmission was stuck in reverse. So we got it out. It was the easiest thing we've ever done. And then we got a transmission from a junk vehicle. We don't know if it works. The only thing we do know is that it is not stuck in reverse like the other one. We got that one out, we cleaned it up, we got it painted, and now all we have to do is put a clutch, new clutch. We got some new parts, put a new clutch in there, put some bearings in there, slap the transmission back in, and weld back on the shifters. Stay tuned and enjoy. All right, let's see what we got in here in this box. It should have everything we need to do clutch. Got this, boom baby, this. Also, parts for this Jeep are hard to find and very expensive. So hopefully everything is correct. What is this? Looks like a pilot bearing. We'll show you what that does. Oh, looks like a throwout bearing, possibly. We'll show you what that does. This is the actual clutch disc, or at least it should be. Correct. Clutch disc. And this is the pressure plate. I have no idea why this thing is so massive. I have put in many a clutch and I've never seen something so ridiculous before in my life. But pressure plate. Didn't get a flywheel, so hopefully the one that is in there is good. Whenever you are changing a transmission or doing any sort of transmission work, it's always good to change the clutch, because as you saw, it was not the easiest thing to get the transmission out, so we may as well change the clutch while we are in there. All right, let's put the clutch in, and then we can put the transmission that we painted back in. Stay tuned and enjoy. All right, so it looks the same as what we just unboxed. Fortunately, this is the back of the engine where the clutch and the flywheel all bolt up. Looks like we have like 12 or so of these bolts to get the flywheel off. Thankfully, we did buy that clutch because this one looks a little worse for wear. So let's freaking do it, baby. Oh shit, that's tight. So usually you can get this is the pilot bearing, but as the engine is spinning, it ensures that metal isn't rubbing against each other in the transmission. Usually you can get it off without taking the flywheel off, which is what we were going to do. However, these bolts cover it up, so we need to take the flywheel off, which is gonna be difficult because the clutch pressure plate bolts are usually not very tight, and they weren't very tight, but these flywheel bolts are almost always. So let's do that next, I guess. So when we try to take the flywheel bolts off, it's gonna cause the engine to turn. So we're gonna put this thing, I hope it's the right size, we're gonna guess, Might be close enough. On the bolt that's on the front that goes to the crankshaft, we'll get a smaller one. But anyway, we're gonna put it on this bolt right here. Trying to point to it, it's this one. To keep the engine from turning so that when we take the flywheel bolts off, it'll actually come off instead of just spinning the engine. Yep. All right, so this pilot bearing, we had a new one, right? Somewhere. It looks the same. We don't have, usually you'd use a hydraulic press to get these out. We don't have one, but we have this. It's a 28mm socket that fits perfectly, so we're gonna use that and a hammer. Perfect, as I said. Yeah, so if you hear this, I don't know if you can hear that. If you ever have some loud sounding things like that, pilot bearing might be screwed. We're in. Pilot bearing is in. Then we can go back and put the flywheel back in. That's what this is called, right?
Correct.
So for the flywheel bolts, I was looking online. It seems like 65 is close to what these need for the flywheel bolts, which is about what I thought, pretty high. If you have never used a torque wrench, this is how they work. So there's these numbers up top, and if you go right to the number, and this one down here says 0, so the top number says 40, this one says 0, it's 40. If you go to the next one, that's 50. Unsure if you can see that, but that would be 60. And then we need, need 65. There, 65, and you tighten up this thing on the end. And then, when you're using it, you tighten it and it goes click. And when it goes click, you know it's tight enough. Click. Hear that? Click. Okay. That's in, baby. Now we can get the clutch in and the pressure plate on. Ooh, look at the ground. Nasty. Absolutely should have done this with the flywheel off, but we didn't. So here we are. Yeah, it looks like it's aligning itself somewhat. Usually the clutches come with an alignment tool. We don't got one, so we're just gonna have to eyeball it. Alright, clutch is in.
So, if you remember from last time, it won't fit under the car how it is on a jack. So we gotta take this off, put it under the car, and then we can get it on a jack, jack it up, align it. Yeah.
Alrighty, it is time to put the shifter back on. Let's put these springs in place first. Springy dingy and springy dingy. So we forgot, we need to put the power takeoff winch shaft back on, then the slave cylinder. Then we can put the transmission cross member. And if you remember, I told you to save the clock pin. It's probably not what this is called, but that's what I'm gonna call it, clock pin. Gotta put it back in there on the shaft. Getting it. Slave cylinders going on.
The slave cylinder.
Very important.
Very important. It's a cylinder with pressurized fluid, and it connects via that thing.
So we decided to put the front drive shaft in before the cross member, because the cross member it goes across here and supports the transmission, which kind of blocks the front drive shaft, and it was kind of difficult to put it in last time. So we're just gonna put the front drive shaft in while we have better access. We also found a little bracket tree doohickey of some sort. We don't know what it goes to. I don't remember, so we're just gonna go without, unless we find a use for it. And just like that, the front drive shaft is in. Now we can start working on getting the cross member in that supports the transmission. Let's get to it. Okay, it is time to put fluid in the transmission and transfer case. According to the manual, worst manual I've ever seen, it has this as the correct fluid. It is 7590 GL5, and the transfer case and the transmission both take the same thing. So we're gonna put it in there. We'll show you how to do it. If you are doing it at home, we are using Redline, which apparently is the best kind. I don't know. We'll find out. So on most, if not all, transmissions and sometimes even transfer cases, they have two bolts There's this one, which is usually the drain plug. It's on the bottom. And then there's one up there, which is the fill bolt or fill port. So when you're filling it up, you pump it in till it reaches and starts overflowing out the fill port. At least that's how most of them work. The transmission is the same one. There is the drain and then the fill. Can't see it right now, but we'll figure out where it is. We are now overflowing, which means it's full. So the fill port for the transmission is actually on this side, right there. So we'll get it taken off and then start pumping it in. Okay, we are overflowing, which means, again, we are full. So, quick update. Got everything in. Everything's bolted, everything's tight. Cross member in there. The interior is not quite done, but got enough fluid in there, and we are gonna put the wheels on and start it up, see if it works. So let's do it. So, when we were taking the tires off, that side came off like a breeze. You know, we took the tires off. On this side, we couldn't get the lug nuts off. So we're standing up on these huge breaker bars trying to get them off. Kept loosening them, or what we thought was loosening them. Turns out, for one reason or another, the lug nuts on this side are backwards. So you have to tighten them, or sorry, loosen them to tighten them. So when we were trying to loosen this side, we're turning them to the left, they won't come off. I didn't know that was possible. Alright, it is time to see if this thing works. We're going to take it on a short drive. Not really everything is done, but we're just going to see if it works, make sure it shifts through all the gears and all that. So stay tuned and enjoy. reverse works. Correct. So as you can see in today's video, everything went relatively smoothly. Got the transmission back in there. First test drive was a success. Still have some more things to do. So in the next video, we will be welding back on the shifters. We will be putting the rest of the interior back in, and we will be giving the Jeep a little bit more of a test in an off-road environment, hitting some trails, putting in four-wheel drive, slicking up mud, throwing up mud. Thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe, like, share it with your friends. We got new videos coming every single week. We got new projects just around the corner, so stay tuned. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Sned Shed.